Okay, welcome everyone to the class tonight. And hi, Zdenka. Zdenka's giving us a message. Hi, good to see you. Okay, yeah, what's going to happen today? What is going to be given in this moment? The theme that was coming to me and is coming to me like the whole day is like little messages about companionship, questions about companion, or yeah, so relationships, friendship, all of that. The very funny part of it is that, of course, with the like the Infinite Way, the closed group on Facebook, that we post every day a little daily lesson, and the daily lesson this week is just almost all about the companionship, like demonstration of companionship. And Joel is basically also even explaining what his vision is of what that is and where that starts. And I would love to take another look at it with you all today, because it seems to be a very, yeah, it's something that keeps you busy. It's like you, companionship. Okay, let's start here. Companionship starts with yourself. Like how are you relating to yourself? That's basically the start of the whole idea of companionship. Like you are, the kingdom of God is within you. Like you have to go inward to be really in touch with yourself and be, say, a companion to yourself in that sense, making a connection with the center of your being, making a connection with what is real for yourself, what you really are. And from there out, anything can occur. You can meet people, or you can have like holy encounters, or you can have encounters during the day that you have like, wow, that's so amazing that this is happening. But basically the start of it is your connection with yourself. And Joel writes about it in the Contemplative Life. I will read it later on. And yeah, so it's what Joel says in this little piece is that basically people are not really looking for this companionship. More, they want a companion, somebody to be with or somebody to relate to. And he gives the description of beautiful blue eyes and a certain kind of length and a certain kind of body weight. That's where you're looking for, or where people seem to be looking for. He said hardly ever it is that people really look for companionship and for a demonstration of companionship. And of course, this is not the same time as is the time that Joel was living. But some of it is still the same in a certain sense, like the idea of relationship is so pronounced right now in songs or in videos or whatever, that it seems like a collective obsession, if you want, or something like that. Like you have to have an image of yourself as you being with a lot of friends, having a lot of companions, or being very attractive, so you will find the right mate to spend the rest of your life with, or at least get a lot of attention in doing so. And well, to bring that back a little bit closer to yourself, it's like, okay, so honestly, what are you looking for? Honestly, what is it that you want? What are you looking for? Are you looking for an inner communion or an inner companionship? And is that your main focus? Because like if you don't have this relationship with yourself, what do you expect of the relationships that you have outside yourself? So this is a very specific thing to look at for yourself. And it is a beautiful and sweet idea to build this relationship with yourself, coming from deep within, making this connection with yourself, and see that you can go deeper and deeper into it. And by receiving that for yourself, it starts to extend outward to the ones that you meet. And the ones that you meet, like, there are occurrences, I speak from my own experiences, there are occurrences where you see, like, the things that are happening when I am really aware of my connection with the whole universe, with myself. There are some different kind of occurrences or encounters that I have when that is totally in my awareness. Then suddenly things seem easily possible, just like opportunities just come to me out of nowhere, or just by me making a connection with one person. It seems like a whole world is opening up and offering, suddenly being offered everything more than I could expect, or completely, say, by surprise. And a certain present is given. So that feels very natural in that sense. It feels very natural to have these things work for you, and that nothing seems any more ordinary or any more like the human way of thinking that I had before. Not like, okay, these are the rules and this is how you deal with one another. It's like, no, there is more like a development of on my own authenticity in every situation, and offering me the opportunities that are necessary for the continuance of the experience of the flow of God, as I describe it. Like, you want to feel that you're in love, in that sense. Just like when you fall in love as a human being, when you fall in love, suddenly for one day maybe, or maybe a couple of hours, you feel like, oh my God, the whole world is in one big flow and everything is so beautiful and everything is so going so easily by itself. And then something happens, or you become afraid, and that feeling seems to be gone. But like, what I'm talking about is that this is continuing as long as I'm in connection with myself, and deeply aware that I am extending the love that I am, not for having anyone, not for a specific reason, not with an agenda. No, just being completely open and extending myself as the love that I am. And then this flow seems to be continuous, like everything is going easily. It's like it's a different experience. I hope you recognize that too, because it's like it feels like the most natural way to live in that sense. And it doesn't matter anymore what the outcomes of things are. You feel completely free inside yourself. And so that is the idea of companionship with yourself. Like, this is all starting within you. And like I said, Joe is offering this also in the Contemplative Life, and I'll read some of that to you, just as another demonstration of it. So this is all about giving too. Your givingness of yourself brings the givingness of the universe to you. When you have come to the place where you actually feel the truth of this, and where you feel the presence of God in the air, in your body, in your business, in your home, in your competitor, or in the enemy across the sea or across the street, where you begin to perceive that you are ready for the next step, which everyone must take before enlightenment can come. And that is the realization that inasmuch as the kingdom of God is within you, it must be permitted to flow out from you. It cannot come to you, and you must, at some stage in your unfoldment, stop looking for it to come to you. And then it comes with the illustration of companionship. An illustration of this can be found in the area of companionship. Many persons are seeking companionship, but when they come to me with that problem, asking for a demonstration of companionship, my reply always is, it's no use because I know you don't want companionship. And if I could show you how to attain it, you would refuse it. What you want is a companion, and probably has to be 5'11" to 6 feet, and weigh 180 pounds, and have nice blue eyes. You have it all decided in advance, but companionship you don't want. And then later on, he's talking about this companionship. So I skip a little bit. Companionship is always available to you because it is within you. It is the gift of God. And you are the one who determines whether you will keep it locked up within you or whether you will let it loose and be a companion. And the moment you decide to be a companion, you have companionship. Of course, the wonderful part of it is that when you begin to be a companion, you find those who are also desirous of being companions, of sharing. And then it is not a question of give and take, it is a question of both giving. There is no taking, there is just giving. And this is nice too. The kingdom of God is locked up within you. There's no way for one person to demonstrate supply for another, because everyone, everywhere, has all that the Father has. Infinity, and to try to get something out here, when there is nothing out here but space, is folly. Illumination can come only to those who realize that the kingdom of God, light, truth, wisdom, and love is within. All that Father has is yours, and then just as you have to find a way to express companionship, so do you have to find a way to express supply. So you see what I just told you. It's like it's not that Joel says it differently. It's just that I make the connection of like really making this companionship like a companionship with yourself, and from there on it extends to everyone you meet or to the encounters that you have, and that is part of your, say, fulfillment when you are in the flow of that, when you are expressing that, when you feel that that it is all given, like everything that occurs is complete gift to you, and you know that this gift is coming to you by your own giving, like in a certain sense. It's not that you have asked for it. It's not that you have a little list of things that you want. No, this is just given. It's just given in the moment. And it's like an expression of the flow of God, of the flow of love. So that was an important thing that I wanted to share tonight, because of the there are questions about it, and there seems to be like a little bit of some things were not so clear about it. But if you see it like this, it is very clear. Like, in order to receive, in order to give, you have to receive this for yourself. And that receiving is not a getting or anything. No, that's also like you come with open hands. You basically, you're on your knees receiving it. And the love of God can come to you when your hands are open, when your agenda is free, when you don't have like certain reasons why you should have this or whatever. It's like, no, you come with completely open hands and just relax and just receive this for yourself. And this is what the healing is. This is what healing is. So I always come to this point in the class. It's like, yeah, this is an offering of healing. No matter what we read, we come to this point because of the nature of this. It's like you have another opportunity to go through the eye of the needle by being completely receptive for the love of God, by letting go of everything else that you think that you need, or what you think is missing, or something like that. It's like, no, this comes by complete allowance and complete acceptance. There is nothing that stops you from experiencing the love of God in this moment. So this is the part where we are joined as one. But there is no difference between a you and a me. This is a universal experience, like a subjective for yourself, a subjective singular experience. You are the only one who can experience this. And when you do that, you share it with everyone, and everyone's included in that experience. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time to undergo this, to take a look at yourself, and to be part of this companionship, where we are connected as one. Okay, I'm going to bring Joel in one more time. Okay, here's one way to express supply, because that was part of it too. This we can do in many ways, expressing supply. The Master has indicated in the Sermon on the Mount that we should give, but be sure that no one but God knows about our giving. Pray, but be sure that no one but God knows about our praying. Forgive, pray for our enemies. All this he gives as an activity that can take place within ourselves and flow from within us to the without. The entire secret of spiritual illumination is bound up in the realization that the kingdom of God is within and that we must find a way to let this imprisoned splendor escape. Therefore, whatever it is we are seeking, we must find a way to give it out, so that even if we are seeking spiritual light, the way to gain it is to give it. So is the whole goodness and infinity of this universe flowing back to us as we let it flow out from ourselves. It is the givingness of ourselves that brings the givingness of the universe to us. I love that. So that is as simple as bringing it back to your own experience and not like looking for it in any other way, just by being connected with yourself, being in communication with yourself, it can express itself outward too. I recognize that I read part of it last week too, so it's coming back. So that's good too. I just felt that I wanted to share this with you, and yeah. So is it. So it is. So yeah, it's hard to talk. My mind is gone. It's hard to talk for me right now. It might come, it might not come. I have no idea. So yeah, Joel was talking about the light, like the light. In order to receive light, you have to give light. So that's one thing that we can do, and that we're doing in this moment. So extending the light that you are. Maybe your mind isn't working, but you can extend the light. You can extend the love that you are. So maybe just as an exercise, think with the idea of forgiveness or enemies. If let something come up in you, like find two persons that come up in your mind right now, and whether they're friends or enemies, it doesn't matter. And we're going to send light to them. So pick your two favorites that you want to send light to, or the first ones that come to mind. And now we're going to send light to them. And the same you can do with two persons that come to mind that you haven't forgiven completely yet. So this is going to be your opportunity to forgive them by just seeing them as the Christ that is inside of you, by making a connection with that instead of anything else. So that you find two persons that you still haven't completely forgiven. Just give them everything now. This is your chance. Okay. So, and then another two persons that come to mind that you worry about in this moment, just today or whenever, that you were really worried about. You weren't sure if everything was okay with them. So we're going to give them, extend the love that we are to them too. And start ourselves here a little healing circle. Okay, and the next step is you find yourself giving love to yourself, receiving the light that you are for yourself. So now you're going to send love to yourself, light. All right, that is wonderful. Thank you so much for doing that with me. It's like you see that the instantaneousness of mind, like you only have to use your mind to do these things. By just having the idea of forgiveness in your mind, somebody pops up and you can start to forgive. Or somebody you worry about, you can immediately send light. Just, it is like the mind is instantaneous. It doesn't take time. So that's the lovely part of this. So I have many calls, I have many emails coming in every day. It's like with people who ask for healing, who want this. And maybe I'm taking some of these emails with me next time, and we can open this little circle together and yeah, heal by just praying for them together, or by bringing them in and giving them everything, giving them light and love. This is just evolving out of itself by the idea of companionship, by the idea of connection with yourself. and extending yourself to others, and to be in the active flow of that, and using all the opportunities that are given to do that. So that's amazing to me. I I didn't think about that tonight, or let's do that or something. No. So you just never know. It's very refreshing and playful in a certain sense. It's very light and very yeah. It can change every moment, but it is all coming from the same place, which is like a deep, quiet, lovely place inside myself. So thank you so much for being present here with me tonight. And I'm going to close this class in a minute, but you're invited to come to the after meeting if you want, and we can just share and join some more. But then you're able to speak to and to bring in whatever you want to share. So thank you so much for being present here tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning. And I hope to see you on Wednesday during the meditation, um, and otherwise in a moment in the after meeting. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.